Hey, what's up, guys? This video is about sleeping with her on the first day. Um, this the thing, because women, some they're not, not all women are just out there just pavement pounders, right? But you do have some women who's like, I want to say, I guess shy in a way, in a sense. They don't sleep around. They don't sleep around like that. There we go. So guys, if you're dealing with a woman, prime example, let me go ahead and give you guys an example, and then we'll go ahead and finish the video. One of the girlfriends I had was in college, and I met her in college. I'm gonna be honest, she was my first option. She wasn't even an option, honestly. It was her friend, and I was trying to get at her friend. I was really trying to get at her friend, and no matter what I was doing, she wasn't feeling me. And she started kind of popping up or whatever. So obviously she had interest. She had interest of me, and I just never paid no attention to like that. So it didn't take long. I don't know, man. I just kind of ignored it because she was like really, I guess, because she was like her friend didn't, it didn't work out. Me and her friend, I wasn't able to get her, so she saw that from a distance, and she was like, okay, well, she ain't messing with her. I'm gonna go ahead and shoot my shot. So she started coming around and just kind of like wanted me to talk to her, but I would ignore her. So eventually I'm like, man, let me just go ahead and talk to this girl, man. Let me go ahead and talk to her because obviously she liked me, whatever. And went on ahead and talked. She was upset because I turned her down. The long thing, this is what it was. I just didn't give her the time of day, so she got upset. So I went on ahead and approached her, whatever, and it didn't take long for me to win her over because, like I said, she liked me. So, but anyway, she ended up inviting me over to her place, and she let me bend over right away. That was just like a quick instance. It wasn't no first date. It wasn't no, oh, let me talk to you for 3-4 weeks. Let me figure it out now. She knew what she wanted, and she was quick to give it to me. I dated her for about 2 years. So not saying if that happens to you that it's gonna happen, you're gonna have a relationship, because not everybody want a relationship, right? You just want to hook up and that's it. So in that case, in that situation, we end up dating with her. I'm like, okay, she's solid lady or whatever. She's not crazy. She got good morals, which hard to find nowadays, and she was raised right. So I was dating her for 2 years, and and then everything just pretty much faded out after that. You'll have women who will want to sleep with you the same day, but they don't know how you're going to respond to that. Normally, you're going to have, I don't want to really say because you're immature, but you're going to have guys who's going to automatically assume, that she's a 304, and that's not always the case. Like with her, you like, I've been around the block a bit. I dealt with quite a few women, so you find out right away, what kind of woman she is or whatever, because you just been dealing with women so much. I have the experience where I know, what I mean, if they are 304 or not. So a lot of guys who don't really have any experience will automatically say, oh, she a 304. That's not the case, bro. She just really like you. That don't mean she sleeps around. That's because she gave it to you that same day. Don't mean that she do that with every guy. That's just reality. Believe it or not, that's the honest truth. So a woman, some will ask you like, oh, what do you think about women who have sex on the first date? This is what you're gonna tell them, bro. Hopefully you're doing this with good intentions. You're gonna let her know, listen, I don't judge women based off of sex. What I mean? If you want to do that, if you're that kind of female, or not her, because she's talking about herself, but she's gonna use someone else for example. She's just hypothetically speaking, but she's really talking about herself. I don't judge women based off sex. They can happen tonight, they can happen tomorrow, they can happen next week. I'm still gonna treat them the same. I don't look at women like that. At the end of the day, it's sex. I understand that's what you want. There's nothing wrong with that. You just gotta make them feel comfortable with their body, knowing that it's okay to do that. Now you're gonna have a lot of guys who's been doing that, who's gonna see that as an opportunity. Oh, she easy. I'm gonna sleep with her, I'm gonna get out of here. That's not always the case, man. So obviously, if you get to know the woman, you will know how she really is, and that's not every woman. Now you have some women who do that, who sleep around. That's what they do. They ain't looking for nothing serious, but that's not every female. So with her case, oh man, she's probably the only girl that actually, that I dated where it happened. I had other situations, but that wasn't a relationship. That was just, we hooked up, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. And that was pretty much it. Probably hooked up a couple times after that. And then that's it. I guess I'll do a video if I remember about this one chick I met at the club. But her, I didn't think that she was fast and nothing like that. She didn't even have the personality. Like, not saying that you got to have a personality, But it's like, again, you know, I've been around the block, man, quite a few times. It's like, she didn't, you know, she just regular old housewife type of chick. Like, she just, you know, I don't know, man. Not downgrading her for that. There's nothing wrong with it, but she just didn't have the personality. So that helps a lot. But again, not saying you got to have the personality for you to, you know, but anyway, now I don't want to stretch the video. So that's you know, that's at that time, she, you know, she wasn't that type. But again, you have women who will ask you a question about it, and based off your answer, she might go through with it or not. And I'm gonna say this too: even if you do tell her that line I told you, that don't mean she'll sleep with you right away. Because at the end of the day, she gotta make that decision. She's thinking about it. Now, if you're a loser, you'll be like, "Oh, she gave me some. I'm gonna go ahead and tell all my friends and family. I'm gonna leave her." Now you're stuck at you're back at masturbation station. You probably was already at well, actually, if you that kind of guy, you're already stuck at masturbation station. So the jobs I had, I ran across a few older guys, which is so embarrassing. Like I say, you just what is it? You never matured, you never grew. What is it? You never matured. You just grew. You just got older or whatever. You never grew up. You just got older. So these guys at the time I was in my 20s, these guys in their fucking late 30s, 40s, acting like little kids. Oh yeah, man, she let me sleep with her. This and that. I'm like, bro, why are you telling us about this? And then of course she's at the job, and now you didn't blew up the spot. Now guess what? Now she don't give you none no more. Now you didn't ruin her reputation. Your reputation don't matter, bro. Like, you know, you're a bottom. You know, you're the bottom of the barrel of society. No one's worried about you. So for a female, a good looking female, to actually give you a time, you know, time out her day to actually be with you, and you ruin that. This is what it is. A lot of times women, like my cousin, for example, you know, listen, man, I'm not trying to be a creep. I'm just giving you guys an honest, observation. So, well, technically she's not my cousin. My grandma adopted her mom, and we going to say cousin, bro. Got, you know, distant cousin, whatever. She good looking, bro. She you know, she's older. She's like, I think she told when we had the last little mini family reunion, she's like 45 or something like that. So she's up in age, but she look good. And you know, we got pictures and stuff like that. You know, everybody, you know, was, you know, younger, whatever like that. So when in her prime, solid 10, bro. Even at the age she is right now, you know, she's an older woman. I'm gonna say this, as far as in her age break, I'll say that she's still a 10, bro. But when she was in her prime in her 20s, man, I'm just gonna leave it like that. I ain't gonna get no detail, nothing like that. It's gonna get real creepy. You know, but she's a 10, bro. Like in her, even in her age bracket now, she's still a 10. Like, remember, she's in her mid-40s, but she's still a 10. Even though she got them kids, she's still a 10. So in her prime, you already know what it was in her 20s. That was boom. So she was, you know, telling me about because like we never really communicated. Because like I said, you know, they out in the country or whatever. I mean, I'm a city boy or whatever now, but I never, about my mom kept me away from my dad's side of the family. So we never just really went out there like that for them to really get to know us. Like I said, my grandma, my uncles, they know us because these shit, they watched us grow up into whatever. But like the rest of my family on my dad's side, they know about it, but we never just spent really quality time together. So at the time before my dad passed, you know, when I was older, you know, had money, had a car, I was able to, you know, go out there and see him what I could. So we'll kind of say hi here and there, whatever, nothing crazy. But at this point, we actually sat down and we actually had a real conversation. So she was telling me about, you know, she married and all that stuff like that, which I know. And she was just telling me about the situation she was in. She's like, oh, you know, she had regrets. And I, you know, not hitting on them. I'm just it's just common sense, right? It's like, this is a perfect example. It's like seeing Kobe Bryant coaching at a elementary school. Like he's a coach, a basketball coach at elementary school in his prime. Like what the, hey bro, you Kobe Bryant? What the hell you doing? You being a coach at elementary? It's out of it doesn't make any sense, right? It doesn't make any sense. It's like, what the hell you doing here, bro? You supposed to be in the NBA. So her, like I said, she was a 10, and you know the dude. I'm gonna say this. He'll regular old, you know, fat, it don't matter what color he is, right? But I'm just giving you guys full detail. Regular old fat short black guy. You know what I mean? Just like no game whatsoever. Just like one of them guys you just whatever you don't pay attention to. So the bottom of the barrel on the dating market, I'll say that. And I'm like, I ain't trying to be funny, but why you married your husband? Why'd you marry that guy? And she told me, she's like, well, you know, when I was younger, I had a lot of prospects. I'm like, no shit, you know what I'm saying? Looking at it while I'm talking, like, yeah, he still got prospects. And she's like, I knew them guys was gonna be problems, I knew there was gonna be problems because they just wanted me, she looked good. They just wanted, bend over. That's pretty much it. Anything after that, I don't know. Because you got guys, they don't want the responsibility. You got people that don't want responsibility, so it's easy for them just to sleep with somebody and then that's it. Instead of actually trying to build a relationship, whatever. I know that sounds stupid. You got a lot of dummies like that. Females too. Not trying to out just to do females too. And she was like, yeah, I had a lot of prospects, but I knew there was gonna be problems. They just wanted me for my body, so I went ahead and downgraded, and I got with him. And lo and behold, he was like the same, just like them. So it didn't work out for her at the end. I mean, I'm gonna say this: it's not a perfect life, or what life is. So anyway, I don't want to get into that too much, but it kind of worked out for her. But she possibly could have did better. Not saying she would have got with the higher, what do you want to call it, the guys on that's higher up on the food chain. It would have been the same or better. That's the thing too. You guys can't go through life and say, oh, if this would have happened, it would have been better. That's a possibility, but what's the likelihood of that happening? Because I always ask myself that too. Oh man, if this would have happened, I would have been a trillionaire. All stuff like that. The ideas you have going in your head is you question yourself if you would have made a different decision. Not necessarily it would have been a better decision, but just because you made a different decision don't mean you would have just been high on the hog or whatever. So in her case, I'm not saying it's because she got with that dude, the lower tier dude. If she would have got one of the higher aspect, one of the top tier guys, she would have had a great life. Like I said, she got a family. I think she got like 3 kids. She married. I know, her marriage ain't, it's rocky. But at the end of the day, it's like, well, shit, he around, he ain't abandoning your ass. Now, granted, the way she look, it's kind of hard. Listen, man, I'm gonna say this. I gotta say it. For you to leave a big booty little short girl, I don't know what to tell you, bro. I really don't know what to tell you. But anyway, so obviously she got the look department, so he'll be a dumbass if he were to leave or whatever. Like I say, her mom raised her right. She a traditional woman, which is pretty much impossible to find now. But she got the looks too, so she's a total package. So with that being said, not saying if she would have went with the higher tier guys, it would have been a better situation, but who knows, right? It's one of them things. But like I said, she's already up in age or whatever, she already accepted the life. I mean, it's not terrible, I'll say that. I'm like, shit, you got a, father still in the life, you got your kids all by the same guy, you're still winning, you know what I mean? But I guess it's like that with anybody. Everybody kind of wish they could have had a little bit more, I guess. But at the end of the day, like looking outside in, it's like, okay, I know it's not perfect, but it looks good overall. You got to balance your pros and your cons, right? And at the end of the day, whichever one weighs the most, that's where you make the decision based off of that. So guys, when you're dealing with a woman, she may ask you, oh, how do you feel about, women that sleep with guys on the first date? Not saying that she's a 3 or 4, it's just that fact that she really like you and she's trying to make a sound decision based off your opinion. Honestly, whenever you deal with that, and I'm gonna say this too, you can call me whatever you want to call me. Whether she a 3 or 4 or not, just let her know, like, listen, I don't judge women off of that. It can happen tonight, tomorrow, whenever. I'm still gonna treat them the same. And that way you give her a surety knowing that, okay, you're a solid dude. I don't have to worry about being judged. So that's just what it is, guys. And like I say, the woman that I did that with, I've been with her for 2 years, bro. I'm talking about, she brought me over there quick. She couldn't wait to just, get bent over. It is what it is. But I say, even if she was that kind of woman, I still would have been hanging out with her. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh yeah, all right, I'll smash, I'm out of here. You'll never see me again. Nah, I still would have kicked it with her. That's the thing too. A lot of guys, you got to be mature about when you're dealing with women. Like that, just don't be that guy like, oh yeah, man, she a 3 or 4. I hit. I'm gonna let my partner know, and everybody gonna hit. Don't be a loser all your life, fam. Don't be a loser. And if you that kind of guy that was doing that, stop doing it. But like I was saying, you guys, before, I had a lot of jobs, and it was always that one guy. It's like, not calling them a loser because I'm there with them working the same job, but it's like the guys that don't have that skill to get women, and then there'll be it's always a good looking woman. Like, God damn. So I guess she been passed around a lot because normally the look department, if both partners look good, normally it's gonna be a problem. But you'll have a woman who can get the good guys, but they don't want it. Like, oh yeah, she good. I'm gonna bend over. I'm gonna go on to the next. So you got women that's like, damn. Every time I get with a good looking guy, they always, they always just use me or whatever. That's it. So they'll get them a guy that's not even on a level because they look for that security. Okay, if I get with this fat short dude, I ain't got to worry about him cheating on me, nothing like that. So that's normally what happens because they know they get with the ideal guy they actually want. The chance of them getting used again is very high. So they've been through that enough to where, okay, let me play this smart. Let me get something secure. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna say this too. Even though they get a guy that's secure, it's not 100%. Nothing's 100%, right? I mean, certain things in life, but when it come down to dealing with another person, it's never 100%. Anything can happen, but the chances of you getting screwed over is very minimum because you're dealing with they're dealing with a bottom tier guy. But them kind of guys, like I say, they be stuck at masturbation station. They can't control themselves, so they gotta just let the world know that they bent over this chick. They gonna give them her name, her address, social security number, everything, bro. So that's really what it is. That's why you see a good looking chick with a dude. It's like this don't add up. This don't match up. You know what I mean? So that's really what the reason is, bro. Because she didn't been I don't want to say ran through, but she been used up to a certain point to where she decided, you know what? Let me do something different. That's all it is to it, man. So guys, you dealing with a woman. Let me just say this before I end the video. Already getting long. Let me say this, bro. Don't get on social media arguing with females, bro. Don't get on social media talking about, oh yeah, man, if she sleep with a dude the same night, she a hoe. Oh my God, bro. On right hand to the man, please don't do that. If you have a video or something like that, delete that shit. Don't get on social media trying to degrade females. I'm gonna say this too. Even though you guys know, whatever. Y'all know what I be doing. I date them small, tall, ugly, whatever. I don't care if she rock with me, I'm rocking with her. Of course, I gotta make this disclaimer. disclaimer. I don't deal with no fatbags, bro. So this, whatever. But I never shame a hoe. I never shame them, bro. Like, I never do. They know what it is, bro. They know what kind of lifestyle it is. I'm either cool with them or not. So don't get on social media. Oh yeah, man, she sleep with a dude first date. She a hoe. No, don't do that, bro. Don't do that. That's the weakest shit you ever can do, bro. So just be aware that don't shame them, even though you know they're 304. Go along the program. I'm gonna say this too. Just because you have opportunity to bend over, don't mean you gotta take the opportunity. I'm gonna say it too. I don't want to make it seem like, oh, AMA say bend them all over. Nah, bro. I done turned down females before too. This is what it is. Like it's not so much about the look. It's about the whole scenario. Like, okay, she look good, but she a slimy slut, bro. She probably got some or whatever, and I'm good, bro. I'm good. I ain't about to be no dude you about to put on your checklist like, oh yeah, I got another one or whatever. Nah, I'm good. So you just gotta have that kind of personality to where you gotta let them know you're not easy, bro. You know what I mean? This is what it is. But that's probably another video. But guys, don't be slut shaming females, and don't shame a female because she like you, she want to sleep with you the same day. You gotta be a grown-ass man about this, bro. You gotta grow up. You gotta mature. You gotta be mature about it. That's all it is to it, bro. Like I said, the chicks who did get down with me and they know they weren't gonna be nothing serious, I didn't shame them, bro. I just went on with the program. That's it. That's what it is at the end of the day, man. So yeah, it ain't nothing wrong with a female. Wrap it up. Y'all like, what to do? To wrap it up, there's nothing wrong with a female sleeping with you on the same day. Now, obviously, you don't want her to be doing that with every guy. You would like to be the only guy, the first guy she did that with. But at the end of the day, you got some grown women out there, bro. They know what they want, and they ain't wasting no damn time. You know what I mean? Like I said, the chick out the chick I had in college and what I dated for 2 years, she ain't had time for none of that. She wanted to get bent over. It wasn't no. I'm gonna tell you guys too. I'm gonna say this in the video. I promise you. If a chick really like you, bro, it ain't gonna be none of that extra shit. I promise. It ain't gonna be you gotta take me to Ruth Chris every day for 5 days. Oh, you gotta buy me a purse. You gotta buy me a new wig. Oh, you gotta take my mama out too. It ain't gonna be no, man. I tell you, the chick, the nurse, the girl that's going to school for nurse. But I told her I bent over in the parking lot. Of course, like I said, we went to night school at night. I'm talking about it is what it is, bro. Them chicks ain't gonna be messing around. They really like you, bro. They ain't gonna mess around. I promise you. So just keep that in mind. I'm gonna say this too. Even if she do like you, every chick every chick you come across won't be cool with letting you bend them over the same day. They won't get down the same day. It's a thing called morals. Not saying that they don't respect themselves if they do that, but you do have women who's more of the classier type who's like, okay, now I like them, but let me let me give it a couple days or whatever like that, and then we can go from there. So don't get scared. Not scared. Don't get mad because, oh man, Ayo maybe bend him over on the first day he meet him, and she don't want to do that. So I'm gonna get nah, bro. Because I have females like that who like they like me, but they ain't just like that with it. You know what I mean? Like nah, just give me a couple days or whatever, and then we can go ahead and go through with the deal. That's all it is to it. So I'm just letting you guys know, just because she don't want to sleep with you the same day, don't mean she don't like you. Don't mean she trying to set you up and nothing like that. It's just the fact that that's not the kind of female she is. Like I say, this is what it is, bro. So again, I dealt with chicks that was one-nighters, that was every now and then females, that chicks that like they knew they want, they gonna come get you, because that's the thing too. Competition, I posted in the video. I promise you, this is my last time, bro. With women, this is the thing too. And when I was in school, she knew. Cause like them females know, bro. They won't tell you, but they know. So she already knew. Now that I think about it, it was other females that was trying to get at me. They was, they plotting and stuff like that. They just peeping the scene. You know what I mean? They plotting. So she already knew she had competition. Cause like I said, I tried to get at her friend. She like, oh, that's kind of chick he like. Damn. And she ain't look nothing. She had, she was a big girl. She had it going on or whatever. But like I say, she knew I was trying to get at her, so automatically, okay, that's the kind of girl she like. I only let Nika. So she already knew that she had competition. Because again, they wasn't the only females at that college, bro. It's quite a bit of them, and they come in on the regular. They come out on the regular. So she already knew she had to act fast because she knew, okay, I can't small talk this dude. I gotta come with it. If not, he gonna lose interest. Because she already knew I wasn't liking her. I wasn't feeling her already. So she like, okay, I gotta go ahead and seal the deal. If not, he gonna possibly lose interest automatically. That's it. So she went on ahead and sealed the deal. It worked out for her. We had a great time, and then the rest is history. So that's pretty much it, guys. So anyway, like I say, and she asked you that question, give her that answer. Oh, I don't judge females based off of sex. If she want to do it tonight, tomorrow, the next week, I treat them all the same. I don't judge them. I understand. It is what it is. And that's it, bro. You just go with the conversation with that. She might go ahead and get down with you that same day. She might do it tomorrow, next week, whatever. But the fact that that she knows that, okay, he's a secure guy. He's for the most part he's solid. So I feel comfortable with him. With giving my body to him. That's all it is, bro. So don't make it a big deal. And she do give you some. Oh my God, please keep it to yourself, bro. Y'all be missing out on so much future action because y'all running y'all mouths, bro. But anyway, the video's too long. It already went. If you got any questions, you got any stories, please leave them down below. Of course, like, share, subscribe, all the other good stuff. And no matter what, protect your 3 Ps. All right, guys.